Here's a question for you. Just ponder this. If I said right now, you can have Dak Prescott or you can have Deshaun Watson, the best quarterback in Texas is who?
So they're the same price, and you could add them to your team.
Yeah. 5 years from now, when we look back fondly on this question, and we go, yeah, remember when you asked that question? Is it going to be a foregone conclusion? Who's the better quarterback between those two? Deshaun Watson, it's only back-to-back weeks. We've seen Dak Prescott really, really good. We've seen him be sort of pedestrian, act like a rookie or a second-year quarterback. Yes, Paul.
Dak's stats are down. He was a 68% passer. He's down to 61%. All his other yards per attempt and all those are about the same, but he's cooled off a little bit from last year.
Well, you would expect that. I thought there would be a reset. I said that they would take a step back. The Raiders would take a step back, and I do believe they will. Raiders lost again. Derek Carr just back spasms. He's not going to miss their next game. Watching Dallas yesterday, it feels like when they get in a situation where it's not balanced, that's when Dak Prescott presses a little bit or is not as sharp. When you have Ezekiel Elliott running through those holes and all of a sudden the linebackers have to respect the running game or the play action, it makes it a little bit easier. Deshaun Watson doesn't have that luxury. He doesn't have a line or a running back like Zeke or the Dallas Cowboys line. He's got some, Will Fuller coming back, great speed guy at Notre Dame. I always question his hands, but he had 2 touchdowns yesterday. DeAndre Hopkins is good. Deshaun Watson's still doing it, maybe not with a full arsenal there. I don't think it's a great offensive lineup that he has there, but he's looked good. He looked good against New England and certainly looked great yesterday. But just for fun, just for giggles, I throw that out there. The best quarterback in Dallas or in Texas is it Dak Prescott or Deshaun Watson. And you can't help but watch Deshaun Watson and say he went 12th overall, or Mahomes. You got Mahomes that they traded up for. Houston traded up for Deshaun Watson. And then Mitchell Trubisky, by the way, who is going to be the starting quarterback for the Bears, their next game on Monday night against the Vikings. Trubisky looked good in the preseason. Watson looked good in the preseason. Trubisky had one good game in the preseason. And that's all it takes. But when you see Watson and, the third quarterback taken in the first round, he has all the makings of, something fun and special. But it's and people I think they get confused with Deshaun Watson that he's this mobile running quarterback. He's not. I mean, if you watched him at Clemson, he's a pocket passer. He can run. He's trying not to run. It's almost like he's going the reverse of Cam Newton, because Cam, they had design runs when he first came in. They were trying to bring Auburn's offense into Carolina and did a great job that rookie year. That was an unbelievable rookie season. But eventually you have to learn how to pass from the pocket. You just have to. All of the successful quarterbacks, what do you look at? They pass from the pocket. Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, having mobility. Russell Wilson last night has to have mobility because the line's not great. He has to make plays. But you're watching these quarterbacks do what they do, and you eventually have to throw from the pocket. And Deshaun Watson is probably better at doing that than he probably should be at this age. Yes, Paul.
They're very similar. Dak Prescott, Dak's last 2 years in college, he ran for 1,000 yards, then dropped down to 500 yards. And in his last 2 years in college, Deshaun Watson went from 1,100 yards to 600 yards. They both, their last years, focused on passing.
If you're going to succeed at that position in the NFL, you have to be able to throw from the pocket. And it's really, we watch sometimes, if you watched the Cardinals yesterday, Carson Palmer got pounded. I mean, really got pounded. And I'm watching as we're getting ready for Football Night in America, and Tony Dungy is saying, I'm worried for Carson Palmer. He could get killed out there. And he says, I'm talking about literally. San Francisco just pounded him. But to be able to stay in the pocket and, when there's this chaos around you, I mean, that's what's remarkable. And be able to lock in on a receiver, and you only have a split second to do so. But Deshaun Watson, those are pretty good back-to-back games.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.